Hi guys, welcome back to Ferris Tutorials. In today's episode, we're looking at the tourism system and its components. Tourism Unit 1. We're looking at Content 4, which has to do with the tourism system. Now, let us look at the things we'll be focusing on. So, we'll be looking at the tourism system and its components, namely the traveler generating region, the transit route, and also the tourist destination region. And as a bonus, we'll be looking at who is a tourist and also the tourism industry. Now, we're kicking things off with looking at the Lieper model of the tourism system. Now, this is one of the leading models of tourism attraction system, and it was created by him in 1990, and it is still relevant today. Now, the first component is the traveler generating region, right? And as the name suggests, traveler generating, that key term generating would suggest that this is where the travelers are coming from, right? So there is a traveler generating region, then the transit route. Now the transit route is like the intermediary, right? So it's like where persons will stop for a while, maybe to change mode of transportation. It may be buses, airplanes, or our train station, right? And as we go further in the lesson, we'll look at each component in a little bit more detail. And the final one here is the tourist destination region. And as the name suggests, destination, that is where the travelers are heading to, right? So first, there's a traveler generating region, the transit route, and also the tourist destination region. Now, let us look at each of these components in details. Now, the tourist generating regions are the places where a tourist trip begins and normally ends. The generating region are the place for the essential markets of the tourist business, and it is the basis of tourist industry. It provides the push to motivate travel. So you are at the generating region, which may be your home where you live, right? So the need for an escape, the need for vacation, relaxation, all those factors will motivate you to move from your generating region to wanting to go to the tourist uh, destination or the traveler destination, right? Now, the generating region also refers to the location where travel agents are engaged and bookings are made for trips. All right. Now, let us look at the next component, and this one is the transit route region. Now, the transit route region is the area between the traveler generating region and the tourist destination region. It is known as the transit route. Now, while on a long haul journey, a temporary stoppage is called the transit route. So, for example, you are going, say, you're an international tourist and you're traveling out of your usual geographical area. You may be traveling from the Caribbean to, say, for instance, someplace in Europe, right? Now, wherever you stop to connect your flight, the middle station, it is considered as the transit route region. Now, at the transit route region, travelers stay for some time in manner to change flight, or it may be for refueling, right? And it may not only be flight, but it may be other forms of transportation as well. It may be a cruise ship, it may be train stations, etc. Now, it includes a short period of travel to reach the destination. It also may include stopovers, and also it represents the location of the transport modes and routes which traveler utilize en route to their destinations. The next we're looking at is tourist destination region. Now, the tourist destination regions are places where a tourist's main visiting activities occurs. So your destination, the final place where you reach to enjoy yourself, right? Now, it's important for the tourist destination region to have some special features and activities to attract the tourists. Because if there's no special activities, no special features, no exotic flora and fauna, or natural resources that the Caribbean boast about, then persons may not want to travel to a particular destination, right? So it is very important for the destination region to have some special features that will attract tourists. Now we're also looking at the tourists, right? Because they must be a part of the travel system. Tourist is considered as the most important element of the system. Without the presence of tourists, the system may not function at all, because who will travel? You agree, right? Now, in order to be considered or classified a tourist, the person has to spend at least 24 hours or less than one consecutive year for you to be classified as a tourist. Now, the following are to be considered as tourists as well. Now, having that time in mind, more than 24 hours, less than a year, right? So we're speaking of persons who may be traveling for pleasure or health purposes, persons traveling in a representative capacity of any kind, or persons who are traveling for business reasons, right? As long as they stay for more than 24 hours, but less than one consecutive year, and they're traveling for pleasure, health, or business reasons, they are considered as tourists. And they're very important to the tourism system, because as we said before, without the presence of tourists to travel, there will be no one coming from the generating region to pass through the transit route to get to the traveler destination region, right? Now, the travel and tourism industry incorporates many industries, including lodging. So we speak of lodging, we're speaking about place of stay where you can sleep, rest, relax, transport, attractions, travel companies, and more. This industry is also part of the tourism system because they would comprise the different elements that you will find in the destination region and also in the generating region as well, and the transit routes, right? Because with the transit route, there must be some form of transportation for you to take to end up to your destination region, which you may find attractions and lodging facilities. And for the generating regions, of course, this is where the travel agents are, where you would book your flight or book your vacation to reach to that particular destination. So you can see how the travel and tourism industry ties into the tourism system. Now, let us break all these elements and just a brief description just to summarize all of what we have discussed, right? Now, the tourist is a human element, and this is a person who travels, right? So the tourist, and remember, for you to be considered as a tourist, you have to spend more than 24 hours and less than one consecutive year, whether you're traveling for attraction, relaxation, business, health reasons, other purposes. Now, the traveler generating region is where the tourist trip begins and it normally ends, because you leave your home, which is the traveling destination region, you go to the transit route, you may connect on a flight, or you may take a cruise ship or some form of transportation, and then you will end up at what? Your destination region, but you have to head back home, right? And heading back home from the destination would be your traveler generating region. So the traveler generating region is a place where your trip begins and it normally ends. Now, the transit routes, places where a tourist's main traveling activity occurs. Right, so it may include for you to get a short bite, or it may include for you to change transportation, right? Now, everything that is relating to your traveling activity, it will be found in the transit route. Now, for the tourist destination region, It's the place where tourists' main visiting activity occurs. So this is where you'll find all the attractions, all the things that have motivated these persons to leave from their traveler generating region to get to the destination, the need for relaxation. Good. And the tourism industry refers to the collections of managed organizations in the business of tourism providing services. Good. And all of these elements work together for us to understand the tourism system and its components. Now, let us look at our questions. Number 1, list 3 components of Lieper's tourism system. And that is 3 marks. So a past paper or exam question may ask you to list the components. And if you're listing the components, you would just need to write the traveler generating region, or we may say tourist generating region, the transit route, and third would be the traveler destination region or tourist destination region. And that is 3 marks, or a question may ask you to explain the components of Lieper's tourism system. Now, in explaining the components, you know that you'll need to write something about the tourist generating region or the tourist traveler region. What is it that you know about this component? What is it that you know about the transit route? Or what is it that you know about the destination region?
You're awesome! You've made it to the end of the session. Did you find this video useful? Give it a like, subscribe, turn on your post notification bells, and also share with persons who you know would find this information useful. Thank you for making it Fair's Tutorials.